This is your one and only Firespark81 with your daily dose of video goodness. Welcome to the second episode of my colony guide, where I show you how to become a colony master. But before we get started, a few of you pointed out that in the first colony guide, I totally forgot to show you how to summon in the floran merchant. And it turns out I did, so I'm going to fix that now. My apologies to all you floran fans out there. All you need to summon in the floran merchant is 2 primitive desks. You can find most of these in the floran outposts, encampments at the bad florans. You know what I'm talking about. I'm sure you've run into them by now. Anyway, all you have to do is scan those, and you can make them in the pixel printer. You're going to place both of those down, just like we did all the other stuff in the last video. Then you're going to place your colony deed, and there you go. You have your floran merchant. If you have not seen the first video, I suggest checking that out now. Otherwise, you're going to be extremely confused on the rest of this video if you're not already. You can check it out here. Alright, once again, just to show you that floran works and it will be a floran merchant every time, we'll place the colony deed down again, and there you go, floran merchant. Now, before we get into some more advanced stuff, a few of you also pointed out that I did not show you how to summon in the guards. I apologize for that. That first video was more focused on how to get the most money / items out of your colonies, but I kind of forgot that some people just enjoy building. So in this video, we're going to be focused more on that. This is for all you builders out there. Alright, so if you want to get guards, I'm going to show you now how to summon each race's guard. Hopefully today we won't forget any races. Okay, so for the three-eyed water people, however you say their name, you're going to need the traditional sword rack. If you place that down and you place your colony deed, we should get a guard. And there we go. Guard. For the floran guard, all you need is an empty weapon rack. Place that down, place the colony deed, floran guard. For the glitch, you need the medieval weapon rack, place it down, place your colony deed, and there we have a glitch. For the avian, all you need is an avian spear rack. This one would allow you to make much smaller homes for them if you wanted to, because you can place the deed a lot closer. And there we have our avian guard. Now for the humans and the apex, it gets a little bit more complicated. You have to have multiple items. First of all, we're going to start with the weapon chest. That is the base item that you need for both of these races. And then if you use 2 cell block signs, you should get a human. And there we have our human guard. Now all you have to do is remove those cell block signs and replace them with the do not enter signs. Place the colony deed, and we should have our apex. And there's our apex guard. Now that we have the guards out of the way, we're going to get into a little bit more complex stuff. There are sets of special characters that you can spawn in, and part of those are done through Frog Furnishings here. If you go into his menu and you go over to the featured items, he will feature items every day or a couple of days or so, and you can buy those items and use those to spawn in special characters. There is also items that you can get that are mini biome items, and I have some of those right here. An example of those are the glow chairs. There's a whole glow set of items that you can get the glow character guy, and I'll show you him here in a second. So you can find these items in the chests in these mini biomes. You'll find the blueprint, use the blueprint, you learn the item. Now the wiki tells you that you need a ton of these items in order to spawn these people in, and I'm going to show you how to get around all that. Okay, so we're back here at our little box. Now, I'm going to get a little talky here for a second, but I need you guys to bear with me because this is valuable info that you need to know in order to understand how to do what I'm going to show you. Because I'm not going to show you how to spawn in every single person. I'm going to give you the knowledge to do it yourself. So what we have here is a generic little box. What the game does is it scans this little box when you place the colony deed and looks for tags that are attached to these items. And you can find out that what those tags are by looking on the wiki, and I'll provide a link to the wiki that I use down below. The things you need to keep in mind when doing this is you only want to provide the colony deed information that it needs to spawn in the exact character that you want. And there's a few tricks that you can do to do that. One thing you want to do when you're looking for stuff to use to get your character to spawn in is avoid lighting items. Lighting items do not seem to carry the proper amount of weight. For an example, when I was trying to show you guys how to spawn in the guards, I was using this chest as my base item. The reason I was using this chest is because it carried one of the tags that is needed to spawn the guard. Everything else on it is generic. It has no racial traits. I used lava lamps, which are lights. They have a human racial trait. And I placed 2 of them and placed the colony deed, and I could not get a human to spawn. So that led me to realize that for some reason, lights and the racial tags on lights do not carry the same weight as decorative items. That is why when I use the cell block sign, which is just a normal decorative item, the human guard spawned. So using this knowledge, you can spawn in pretty much whoever you want. For example, I have learned how to make the glow chair. I have 2 glow chairs here. If I place both of these glow chairs down and I place a colony tag, I will get the little glow guy. There's the little glow guy. Now, the wiki tells you you need a crap load of glow stuff to get this guy to spawn. No, you don't, because what has happened is the game has looked around. It saw that this door was generic. It saw that this light was generic. It saw that these 2 items have the tag for this little guy here. Those were the only 2 items that it knows to base off of the character that it is told to spawn in, so it spawns in that character. Now, another example is the spooky set. There is the spooky guy that can be summoned in. This spooky set is sold by the guy at the Frog Furnishings. So what I have done is I bought 2 non-light items. Once again, I tested this with the jack-o'-lanterns, which are a light item. I placed 2 of them in, and the spooky guy did not spawn. But then I went back and I bought the spooky clock. I placed it down. I bought the spooky chair. I placed it down. And then I placed the colony tag, and sure enough, it searched and spawns in the spooky guy. We can go a little bit further. There is the research assistant, which is an Apex person. This person is spawned in using stuff from the Apex research labs. I have 2 items from that. I have the blood bank. We place that down. We place down the brain jar. And then we place down our colony deed. And there we have the research assistant. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, that's great, Firespark, but I don't want to build some tiny little shack just to house all my people in. I like to build big, beautiful structures. How can I do that and still spawn in the person I want? Okay, let me show you how to do that, because I figured that out too. If you take a look here, I have 2 color-coded sections. I have the blue section and the red section. This red section is blocked off by a door and this construction brick here. When I place the colony deed inside here, and I can place it anywhere in here, it's only going to scan this red section. It only scans the red section because it immediately searches out, looks for a wall, follows the wall around, finds the door, finds the light, says, okay, this is where my tenant is going to be, and this is where I'm going to spawn the tenant at. It completely ignores everything outside here. And the same thing happens if I was to place the colony deed anywhere out here. If I place the colony deed anywhere out here, I'm going to get a glitch of some sort because all the items here are glitch items. There we go. Glitch guard. How about that? Called it. Okay, so that's awesome, but I don't want a glitch. I want glitch items and I want the little glow man. Okay, well, tenants don't like it when you remove stuff. So what you got to do when you're going to do this trick is you got to keep in mind that you can't remove your colony deed. You have to place it where you want it to stay. 2, you can remove stuff like the wall and the door as long as it leads to a bigger place, because what you're doing is you're basically expanding the area. You cannot delete the original items. You're going to make the guy angry. So what we're going to do is we're going to place down 2 chairs. We're going to place our colony deed. I don't even have to shut the door. We have our little glow man. I can now remove the door. I can remove all of these blocks. And we have our little glow man, and he's just as happy as can be. Now, I don't like these chairs where they're at, so what I can do is real quickly rearrange. It takes it a second, but he eventually realizes that he's good. He's happy with it now, and you can rearrange. I would take time when you're doing this, move one item, and then wait till this comes back around. Otherwise, you could glitch out your game. I'm not exactly sure what'll happen, but you should really only have to move 1 or 2 items. Don't delete this altogether because he's not going to be happy till you place it back down. And he works just fine. He sells you all kinds of awesome glow stuff. This trick will work with pretty much anybody you want to spawn. Say goodbye to the little glow guy. I can use any brick that I want around this outside area. Let's use, I don't know, whatever this is. I'm going to place my door back. We're going to summon the spooky guy again, so I'm going to place the clock. I'm going to place my chair. I'm going to place my colony deed. I'm going to wait a few seconds. There's our spooky guy. So now we're going to remove this door. And see, the colony deed doesn't even change right now. It doesn't care. It's automatically expanding as soon as you delete that door. And he's cool. He's happy with his new big home. Now, if I want to move his chair, I can do that really quickly. If you do it quick enough, he won't even notice that I did it. And there you go. So using this trick and knowing this knowledge, you can build a little tiny box like this, build a huge, beautiful house all the way around it, put the items that you want to spawn the person that you want inside that little box, delete the little box after spawning the person, and there you go. They're happy as can be. You have them living in whatever condition you want. You can add whatever you want to add to your house afterwards. They don't mind it when you add stuff. They just don't like it when you take stuff away. So see, there we go. He doesn't mind, doesn't care, happy with his new house. Okay, so hopefully I didn't leave anything out this time and you guys are now complete and total colony masters. You can show off your awesome colonies on your server and your friends can come over and be all jealous and they can ask you, how did you learn to do that? And then you can be like, go to Firespark81's channel and subscribe and get on my level. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy and you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Also, if you're not already, make sure you follow me on Twitter. That's where you can get all the good updates for the channel. Until next time, thanks for watching.